What's going on, family, man? It's your boy, man, and it's at the end of the year. And what you just saw was a little bit, just a taste of my collection, man. And I'm in one of my favorite spots, man. Just out here, man, just enjoying life. Hope that you guys have an amazing Christmas. Let's talk watches. Let's talk state of the collection.
Yeah!
Okay, listen, my collection is large for this year. I collected a decent amount of watches. Now, I don't have every watch here because I sent out a couple of my watches that I purchased this year for a number of causes, right? We collected money earlier this year for veterans and stuff like that. A lot of you guys participated in a number of things on this channel, memberships. So for that, grateful. But what I'm gonna do is just do an overview real quick, because y'all remember a couple months back I tried to do this steady collection, and it was in a very let's say it was a wild environment.
Here comes the children. Here comes the children. All right. Why are you wearing white gloves? Because I'm professional. That's why I got gloves on. You feel me?
You're not really a professional.
I am a professional. We're talking watches here.
Stupid watches.
Your watches are not stupid.
We're gonna go through the collection, right? Like really quick, but there were 8 watches that I gravitated to, just period. They just hit me and they become my favorite watches to wear. There are some honorable mentions and I'll point those out too, but these watches most definitely got most of my attention for this year ever since I purchased them. So let's dig in. Okay, so I want to point this one out because this Bruce Lee piece right here, this Seiko 5, oh yeah, I had to get that one because it's Bruce Lee. And when I showcased this watch, man, my man Dad Mods actually sent me this strap over there, which I absolutely love. Thank you so much, sir. That Aragon, tritium tubes, another Aragon right here. Now this is an honorable mention. I wore this watch a lot this year. I absolutely dig it. That design language, man. Then we have this one right here, Spinnakers. Yeah, buddy, man, just take a good look at that right there. Oh, man, another honorable mention right here is that Jack Mason. And one of my favorite quartz pieces ever in life. This piece right here is one of my favorites. And historically speaking, yeah, y'all know what it is. This piece right here came out of one of my favorite people on this planet, Godfather. I went to his house for a barbecue and left with this watch. No, I didn't take it. This one right here was a watch that I wanted a few years back. Couldn't get it. It came available on eBay. Got that. Now, man, my man Matt, thank you so much. My bro John Gangy, y'all know I love Star Wars. If you didn't know that, I was born the year Star Wars came out, and I had to get this one right here. This one, yes, is an heirloom piece because this came from my bro, Mr. 10 Watch Tony. And then shortly after, I received this watch from the commander of Bumblebee. All right. If y'all don't know, then you just don't know. And this right here is another special piece. Oh, they cut the lights off on us. The lights, they're gone. Oh well, we'll continue. And then right here, a Russian diver, but yeah, I had to get this one. And I absolutely like this piece, man. The colorway is ridiculous. And this one was a no-brainer. This is one of Invicta's prominent pieces, man. This is called the Sabacco Number 1. And this watch right here solidified the heritage of Mr. A.L. Lalo's family and water sports, right? Because Water Dragon, Sabacco, Noma being the initials of his children. So let's move on. In this box right here, we have a Seiko that I got from Kokomo. And I'm just gonna go straight down this line right here. Glycine, if you don't know my attraction to Glycine, I really like the brand. I don't care who owns Glycine. I just like the design language, amazing. You can't go wrong with Hamilton. Absolutely love Hamilton. Visitor is, oh, this watch right here, this company, I'm hoping that they have a dope 2025, man. I can't wait to see what he comes out with this year. Now, this is another company owned by Invicta. This is Chase Dewar, right? And this looks like a Breitling. Check that out. Yeah, yeah. Zellos, y'all know I had to get the Zellos. And if you didn't know, now you know. ball. Also, I had to add that in there. I have this Seiko 5, which is a number limited piece. Wasn't privy to this one before I met Jake, but thanks to Jake, I came up with that piece right there. And then you can't skip out on Islander. Really dope watch. And another piece that came from Jake, that Wolverine. He don't even sell these, but he got that special order just for me, and the rep brought it in, and I like the watch. Really dope. And as I go through this collection, here's my biggest thing. So like I mentioned, I do have 8 watches that I really just gravitate to. And this actually puts me in the perspective of what my 2025 is going to look like as far as collecting. What you saw so far, right? I thought to myself, some of these watches actually came from reviews, looking at what was offered at some of the watch fairs, you know, Long Island. Then I'll get into some other ones. We're just gonna shoot straight through, but then I really want to get to my top 8 watches, man. And I put this out on a live. I doubt that anybody guessed it, but there are some very prominent. I have them sitting right here. These are the watches that I wore the most this year, the ones that I resonate with the most. They're just like some of my favorite pieces, period, of all times, man. So that kind of helped me, like, okay, as far as design language, which direction it's going to help me go for, because you guys know how many watches are out there to pick from, and I'm discovering, like, oh my gosh, too much. I'm discovering too many watches on a regular basis. So I do want to mention this one, that piece right there. This one, that moon swatch. That moon swatch, this was so controversial this year. And I say the year before that, 2023. I know one of the motivating factors of getting this watch was because people didn't like it. They said, man, this is a blatant ripoff. Why did Omega partner with Swatch to do such a thing? And that made me want it more. So I have it in my collection now, and I like it. Now in front of me, we have this one. This was a gift from Invicta Ryan. We visited him, a couple of us visited him up in Minnesota, and he gifted all of us this colorway, the green, and I just enjoyed this watch. Means a lot. It just has the whole brotherhood, friendship thing in it. This one right here is Fledderman Von Reese, and this is called the Ironheight. And this is one of his more affordable options, but it's just the name, right? His family name. Another brand that I hope in 2025, man, just really blows up. And y'all know, another honorable mention, the Godzilla. This is the Ecozilla. I really like this. This is outside of that Boulevard. This is another one of my favorite quartz pieces, man. This is an honorable mention because I wore this a great deal. And y'all got to peek at it. Honorable mention. But if you're thinking right now, okay, if this didn't make it in your top 8 best watches, what's in that top 8? And this one, I mean, it was a toss-up, but there was some that beat that out. This is another watch that I wore a lot of. I like to work out in this watch. Sam Martin does a great job, like that. This right here, definitely on. Oh man, bro, hold up. I gotta take this out. Now understand, this watch is phenomenal, bro. Like, and you know what this watch means? Is from the craftsmanship, the build, and it has an NH34 in it, but everything about this watch, I mean absolutely everything about this watch, speaks quality, detail, man, just robustness. This thing gets it done. And for a price that just makes me scratch my head like, I'm being careful about what I buy in the future, because if they doing like what, and that's not if, by them doing something like this at the quality, the level that they're doing it at the price, I'm kind of second guessing about going forward with some brands that's charging twice the price. And I'm like, hey man, there's people that's doing watches on this level. So pick this out. I purchased this watch right here, right? And this does not get the honorable mention. I really like the watch, don't get me wrong. I really dig this watch. However, it does not, it didn't capture my heart like the other Zodiac that I have. The other thing that kind of bummed me out about Zodiac was the heavy discounts towards the end of the year, which made me think like, okay, Marc from Long Island started discounting his Zodiac to where they were gone, right? And I was like, and then he put out a video explaining why he would sell his watches so cheap. And then maybe 5 months later, the ADs that I know of personally start discounting these watches 30-35% off. And I'm like, what's the deal? Now, don't get me wrong, they make a phenomenal watch. Look at that. That watch is, it's a sweet timepiece. But it didn't capture me like what I'm about to show you.
Let me show you something!
If you guys been watching my channel for any length of time, you know, you've seen these watches, you've heard me talk about them, you've seen me do the wrist checks and all this, that, and the other, man. But let me just present to you my top 8 for 2024. No particular order as of importance, but, you know, I do want to talk about this 1938. This one right now is actually discontinued by Tissot. So I'll take this off. Cushion. Now, the most important thing about this watch is its heritage. I can't reiterate this enough. This watch, when it first hit the scene back in the 30s, during the crisis, even though that was an American crisis, that hit worldwide. And you know, companies like, hey, if they're not buying over there in America, man, like, hey, something got to give. But this watch right here was an expensive timepiece, and it was worn by people that could afford it back in the day. $220 or something, $225. But right now, this watch goes for over $1,000, like $1,075 for this particular model. The price of this watch was more than the wages of one of my family members back in the 30s, man, which I wear this watch proudly just to show where we are right now today. I am a collector, a watch enthusiast, and I can afford to have something like this in my collection. So this one right here is a very important watch to me. Then there's this bad boy. Oh my gosh. I wear this watch so stinking much, man. I just really enjoy this watch, man. Set this down over here. Really nice. It's thick. I love the fact that they have a separate date function on it. I mean, this watch is amazing. This watch is amazing. I love the way it plays with the light on there. The slinky design of it. And they did put half links on it, man, so it made it a little more wearable. And I'm glad I guess I have the type of wrist that can fit this watch perfectly. And the robustness, this watch is just, it's amazing, man. Look at that, man. I know we're getting a lot of reflections from the light, outside light and stuff like that, but this has been one of my favorite wears, and that's it. One of my favorite chronographs on this planet. There's another chronograph that I have in mind. We'll see if that watch makes it into my collection in 2025. Yes, sir. Hamilton crosswind. Look at all that. Look at that. Second hand, hold up, assistant, look at that, that's gorgeous. That is freaking gorgeous, man. Look at the information all around this watch. I can't even utilize this stuff, man. I don't know what that's doing, what it's talking about. I'll screw that thing. Hold up. Look. Get out of there. Can you see that? Look at that. Look at the 12. Look at the 12. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what measurements these are. But doggone it, oh my goodness, man. So I imagine that I just corrected a problem with my plane front, like the wind is hitting the nose of my plane, pushing it out of position. But I'm gonna rock that right there for today. More than likely, I'm gonna put this watch on today. And you see, I've been wearing this watch, wearing it, and it's not wearing out. Like, the leather is pretty good, man. I mean, you got some crinkles in it, you know. Not as bad as like wearing a pair of Air Forces and just wrinkling that toe box, but yeah, man, this thing is legit, bro. This thing is legit. Yeah, sizable, man. I'm happy with this watch. Now, Zenea. What can I say about Zenea? Everything. This watch, man. I saw this watch a year ago and was infatuated. I was just done. The meteorite just hit me so hard, man, and satisfied with it, man. And you could just do some stuff with this watch. Like, I have a strap. Actually, Jason blessed me with some extra straps for this thing too. Hey, how you doing? Look at that. Look at that. On the fly, like that adjustment. Look at that right there. Hold on, let's get, hold on. Yeah, all right, you see that? But, first edition, too. What, that's all I can say, man. I love it, man. I dig it, man. Look at the bezel. Okay, I got to put it back up, man, because I don't want y'all to get too, and I'm pretty sure somebody just won that contest over on Instagram. Nomadic. That green, the no date, and that yellow sweeping second hand, just it got me. It got me, y'all. This one right here, just beautiful watch. Hold up, let me show you something else. For those that, if this is your first time here, check that out. There's a lot of history, man. Look up Nomadic, man. Just check it out. And I'm putting a link to every last one of the vendors that I have worked with. I'm putting a lot of people. So I'm not trying to press you guys into buying any of these watches, but I do want you to share in my enthusiasm and love for these brands. Now, this piece right here, I was afforded the opportunity of getting this at a super duper reduced cost. But this Presage, look at this cocktail timer. I'm not real big into gold like that. I mentioned this last night on the live, but this one is absolutely, positively my favorite gold piece of all times. This one, for the price, is an amazing watch, man. It is, oh, look at that, man. It's like a painting. That's beautiful. Look at, oh my gosh, y'all. This is the perfect dress watch for me. And dude, like with the date and everything, I have no problem with that. It fits well. It doesn't pull hair. And I can always switch this out for a chocolate strap. Probably some, what's that? The stingray leather, the bumpy leather on it, man. I'm at peace with this watch. Man, come on now. Squale. I have to give major credit out to the Urban Gentry, because it was his fault that I bought this watch. It is all his fault that I bought this watch. Dug into the history of the family. And I went out to go look at this at my local AD. Shout out to Moria Jewelers. And when I looked at it, if you see a watch that really captures your attention to that point, it just like knocks you over. And that's what this one did. And now, granted, it's not like it's like a blown out design or anything. Like this right here, beautiful colorway. That right there, the colorway is beautiful. This one right here garners a lot of attention. This one is sort of basic in nature, man, but it's professional. It is utilitarian, man, and I love that orange hand. This thing fits on my wrist. It deserves to be on my wrist, right? And I looked at it because I could change out the leather strap for a mesh bracelet. I could change it out for FKM rubber, which, of course, it's getting everything. This thing will have all type of upgrades. You'll see some upcoming new looks for this watch coming in 2025. And then last but not least, Zodiac. Let's go ahead and take this off, because I gotta take it home with this. Now, the loom isn't great at all, but it's crazy because the loom reminds me of when I went to basic training and I got in my first Humvee and we had to go to night lights. That's what that loom reminded me of, the night lights on my Humvee. And it was funny when I bought this watch pre-owned this year, and after wearing it for so long, I wore it for a couple months before I found out that it was a number limited piece. and it just gave me this love for it all. I'm like, that's dope. I worked out in this watch. I walk in this watch. I do a lot of activities in the Super Sea Wolf. And the fact that this was one of the original dive watches from the 50s, I'm like, yo, yes. Man, that's another one of my features that I definitely enjoy. Screw down crown, but like I love that on there. And then it smells like vanilla. It smells like vanilla. This watch right here, one of my favorites. It's perfect for me. And I don't know, man. It's just like all of these watches and the ones that I showed you. I enjoy all my watches. I really do. So with that being said, 2024 was actually a very active year for me. You've seen how many watches I have, and there were a few that's not in the collection right now because they're gone. You know, they're either sold, and it wasn't that I didn't like them, but they were sacrificial lambs for the military, for cancer survivors and stuff like that. I always give back as much as possible on this channel, and that's what my memberships is about. But not promoting, just letting you know what happened to those watches. At the end of the day, enjoy what you have, enjoy life, right? We're about to celebrate Christmas, and yeah, it is what it is. This has been my state of the collection that I purchased. Proud of it. Gave me some direction for 2025. You will see Certina and you will see Formex. The other 3 watches that I'm planning will be a surprise. It'll be a surprise. I know there'll be some micro brands in there, man. So go micro brands in 2025, man. I'm with you. You got my full support. With that being said, thank you guys for watching, man. Have a Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And until the next lightning strike, y'all be blessed.